Hello everyone! Are you looking for a bustier detail dress that fits you like a glove? My name is Sunju and welcome to Fashion Wonder. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this Vera Bustier Midi dress with high slit. This dress features a fitted bustier bodice silhouette and slim-fitting fall wrap skirt with a high slit. Let's get started. To make bustier cup shape, place the right side of the lower side bust and lower front bust pieces facing each other. Then 3/8 of an inch stitch along the seam allowance. Trim the seam allowance into 1/4 inch width and press the seam open with iron. Next, place the right side of upper bust on the joint, lower bust pieces, and 3/8 of an inch stitch along the curved line. Trim the seam allowance into 1/4 inch width and press the seam open. Apply these steps to the remaining cup pieces. To sew bustier bodice, lay the center front piece facing up and place the side front piece facing each other to stitch 3/8 of an inch width. Finish with zigzag stitch on both princess seams. Add side back and center back pieces to stitch 3/8 of an inch width. And overlock to finish. Press the joint seams away from the center front. Place the right side of the completed bustier cup on top of the front bustier bodice and stitch 3/8 of an inch to join. Press the seam allowance toward the bust cup on both sides. To assemble top bodice, cut 2 pieces of 1.5 inch width by 19 inch long fabric straps that are cut on bias. Fold the straps right side facing each other and sew straight 1/2 inch width. Trim the seam allowance so the finished edges will be 1/8 of an inch width remaining. Use a loop turner to flip the strap inside out and iron the strap flat. Lay the shoulder strap on end to the right side of bodice along the notch on upper bust piece, and the other end of strap on the princess seam of back bodice. Pin to secure and straight stitch 1/4 inch width back and forth to secure the strap position to the bodice. Next, lay the lining of the top bodice facing right side together and stitch 3/8 of an inch width along the top edge. Flip the lining inside out and iron to flatten the front and back neckline edges. To sew fall wrap midi skirt, transfer the darts on the back skirt from sewing pattern to the fabric by pushing a pin through the dart point position. Then, use water erasable pen to mark the leg of the dart so it is easy to sew the dart. Start by sewing from dart leg to dart point in one straight stitch. At the end of the dart point, do not backstitch. Instead, manually tie a double knot to secure the stitch. Next, use the same method to transfer the dart point and leg from front left skirt to the fabric. Fold the skirt along the dart right side facing each other and pin the dart point and dart leg. Once dart is created, iron the dart toward the side seam and away from the center front. For the back skirt, ensure that darts are facing toward the side seam and away from the center back. Finish the edges of the front left skirt pieces by double folding 1/8 of an inch width to clean finish. You can manually fold as you sew or use narrow hemming foot to make even hemming. Apply same finishing along with the narrow hemming on the front right skirt pieces as well. If you see the stitches creating wavy result, give a nice press afterwards to help get rid of the wavy stitches. Next, on the side of the front right skirt, sew 1/4 inch width straight stitch with 3.5 stitch length. Manually gather the side by gently pulling the back thread so that the finished gathering is about 5.5 inches long. Place the front right skirt on top of front left skirt, pin along the side seam, and stay stitch 1/4 inch width to secure both side seams. Place the back skirt pieces to the front skirt right side facing each other. Then, sew side seam with 3/8 of an inch with straight stitch and finish with overlock stitch. To assemble Bustier fall wrap midi skirt, place the right side of the top bodice and right side of the skirt facing each other, then pin along the waist seam. Make sure you catch all layers when you pin the front. Straight stitch with 3/8 of an inch width and finish with overlock stitch. Close the center back seam of the skirt by measuring from the hem to 17 inches and pin. Straight stitch 3/8 of an inch width and iron to press the seam open. Press the zipper tape on the wrong side to remove any folds or wrinkles before sewing. Pin the right side of the zipper to the right side of the fabric and sew 3/8 of an inch straight stitch. Make sure to leave about 3/4 below the zipper to stop from the cut edge of the fabric. Close the zipper and slide zipper foot to the left so the needle goes through the other side to sew the left side of the zipper to the dress. Lastly, Double fold the hemming with 1/8 of an inch width and straight stitch around to finish this elegant Vera Bustier fall wrap midi dress with high slit. Thank you for watching. Hope this sewing tutorial inspires you to make the Vera Bustier Midi dress from rayon fabric. Grab the Vera dress sewing pattern. I'll have a link in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share your make on Instagram at #FashionWonderOfficial. See you in the next tutorial. Bye!